What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to episode 6 of Vault Hunters. If you're looking behind me and you're wondering where the potion brewers are, let's take a walk and talk about that. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. I appreciate you tuning in and checking out the progress. The potion brewers have actually taken a little vacation to the new area. So I busted through the wall right here to kind of make the other hall that I had intended, and it came outside into this little cave slash roofed forest area down here that's kind of like a, I don't know, a depression in the land right here. And it kind of had this natural feel to it, so I cleaned it up a little bit, but I haven't really done that much to it. I think the enchanting area is going to go right here. I have something in mind for it, and I hope it looks as cool after it's done as it does in my head. We have our little nether wart farm is moved right here. And then we have some automatic potion brewers brought to you by impulsesv. I will leave his video down in the description. It's a really easy tutorial to follow, and those are very good potion brewers. We also have a little spot right here for the purple cow that lives in the bedroom currently. She will have a permanent location right here. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and I think this will be a nice little area when it's said and done. This is only going to be part of what we're doing in this episode. We also want to delve into maybe getting some more power going, maybe a reactor or something of that nature, because this little bad boy is always running out of water, and it works for now, but we'll get something better going right there. And we also will be relocating the bees that are out front, just kind of posted up in the front yard. We'll get them a nice little automatic slash pretty looking area going somewhere around here so that we have honey as often as we need it. Shouldn't be going into too many vaults in this episode. We might run one or two, but just depends on the quality of the runs. As you can see down there, I'm up to level 52. We've been doing some vault runs kind of off camera because we just have to run so many of them these days, and only interesting things happen in about 2 out of 10 runs, 1 out of 5. Something cool will happen. I record them, but then if nothing good happens, I just kind of wipe them. So anyways, though, I'm about to get started on this enchanting area, and I will see you guys when, hopefully, I can make reality match my vision for the area. I'll see you guys then. Alright, so this is a sometime later, and I have made some progress. It's looking pretty cool in here, if I do say so myself. It's got a nice naturey feel to everything. I got lanterns now instead of torches, kind of having it look nice and pretty. Got the enchanting table all set up over here. Not sure what level enchantments. This is honestly kind of a formality. I don't really see us using it very often, if at all. But I really wanted to set it up. I thought this area would look really nice like this. And I don't know, my building skills kind of let me down. It looks better in my head than it ended up looking, but I still think it looks pretty good, to be honest. A little wizardy. A little taste of what the Botania area will probably end up looking like. And then we did get our purple cow moved up here. And she got a nice little place. Got a little food trough and some water and everything. A nice little cute area for her out here instead of being locked in the bedroom. All in all, I am pretty excited about this area. Pretty happy to have it added on to the base over here. This is looking good. Of course, still got the potion brewer and everything right there. I think the next order of business is going to be to move right on across the hallway and start crafting some of these reactors up. So, for those unfamiliar with the power mod, the reactor we're going to be going with right now is the hardened one, which is like the third one on the tier here. It's a little bit better than the basic one, and it's going to be pretty craft heavy, so there's going to be a lot of little parts and things I'm going to have to deal with that I'm going to do off camera here, because that would be really annoying having to watch me craft like 100 of these things. But you need 36 of these to make one reactor, and I'll make sure to cut in before we actually throw that bad boy down, because from what I understand, it's pretty cool the way it like self-builds and does some stuff, so hopefully I will be catching you guys with that here soon. Alright, well this is actually a good time for me to show you guys a little bit of the process of charging up this energized steel that we're going to be using for the hardened reactor here. This is kind of what the setup looks like with these two little laser things kind of pointed off towards this. Apparently the Enderman wanted to be in the clip. Get out of here, buddy. So you basically throw a little bit of gold, a little bit of iron, and then one of these perfect alexandrites in here. And you sit here and you wait for a little bit and it'll charge. Eventually you can get better charging mechanisms here and better energizing rods and things of that nature, but right now this is the best we got to work with, so making do. It's just kind of a long-winded process. So through the power of editing, you guys will not have to sit here while all this charges, but I will be back once I have charged a sufficient number of these to make this reactor. Alright, well after a large amount of crafting, we have got our reactors ready to go. Got a little bit of the framework done here, just gonna try to hook it up to this starter battery to kind of go with at the beginning here while I figure some mechanics out. I do have an infinite water bucket and a faucet because I'm pretty sure this thing is gonna need water and I'm hoping that this will work to give it water. If I need to get a sink from the kitchen mod or do something like that, I shall. But without further ado, here is the reactor. Oh, that was pretty nifty. And there's the interface for it here. You can see your power over there, some of the other stuff you'll need in here. And let's see if we can, to start with, get water into this thing somehow. Maybe something simple like this. Actually, better yet, I'm gonna try doing it this way. And then take a faucet.
Two hours later.
In any case, I think I can just right click and it fills it up with some water there, so that's fine. There we go, we got uranite. And it is generating power. I know one of these is for ice or something like that. I'm not sure what these other two, carbon and redstone. So if I put redstone in there, that will ramp up its fuel consumption. And if I put carbon up there, so I'm thinking something like wood. Yeah, there we go. Not sure really how fast this thing is going to be blazing through this uranite. I guess only time will tell on that front. I should have probably done a little more research into the mod, but it is definitely putting out power now. So that will be good, because we're going to be expanding our storage system and things of that nature right over this way to kind of make this room a little better suited to our needs for charging crystals, because this area gets full of all of our charge crystals really quickly. Don't let it fool you. We have 15 in there, and we actually just ran pretty much this whole wall's worth. It fills up pretty fast. So I'm going to try to expand that out and get us a crafting grid in here so that we can charge this crystal really easily. Just right across the way right there. And probably break up our little areas, because I know these areas are going to get more and more crowded as we get more vault gear. That's my current set right there. It's looking pretty snazzy. We're starting to get runes and stuff for dying of the armor. As you can see here, I have all the black runes on my Elytra, or on my netherite, excuse me, and then I have the rainbow one on my Elytra, and I think it looks pretty snazzy. We will be hooking this into the grid from back over there, and eventually running that kind of down here and getting all these guys hooked up to it as well. one step at a time. I'm just glad that we have a better power supply now. Not sure, it seems to kind of stabilize since it produced all the power that it needs off of there. But I will continue working on this and get it hooked up into the rest of the system and kind of figure out a way to get some water pumped in there, and I will be right back with you. Alright, well after fiddling with this a little bit more, I have got a system that I'm pretty happy with. So we just have something pretty basic with just some hoppers and some barrels, but they're labeled with the clear item frames from Quark. Have the items going in that it needs. It'll auto refill this as necessary. It's already kind of plowing through redstone blocks, but it is what it is. Right now it's actually turned to auto mode, so this basically sets it to where the reactor will stop when it has less than, or when it's full, and then it'll kick back on when it's about 70% or less. That way we'll be burning through less resources since we don't have a very energy intensive system right now. But I just have that kind of ran right there, plugged right into this. So even if this runs out, like, our system will stay online. And this will kind of future-proof us for other things we'll need. I doubt we'll ever need a bigger reactor than this, but if we do, we have a nice little room for it, and I can always just change this out to something else. I left the water back here, but from what I can tell, it doesn't look like this water actually gets drained. I know this slot right here is for ice, or preferably dry ice, which is kind of a beast in and of itself to craft and a little time consuming. So for now we'll go without the ice, but at some point we will get some ice in there to help make the system more efficient. One thing worth pointing out with the power mod is this reactor actually, even though it doesn't have the most efficiency as far as heat is concerned, it will never explode. That's not something that the reactors do in this mod pack, so that's always nice. Basically, the less efficient or the hotter your system is running, you're just losing a little bit of efficiency on your power. It's not going to actually like detonate and blow your whole base up or anything. So, I think next order of business is going to be to move into this room and start kind of reworking some of this. I'm actually pretty excited to work on this and get, I think I'm going to set us each up with one of our corners here, and then we'll probably have one corner dedicated to the old practice dummy. I did realize the other day, for anyone who doesn't know, that if you wanted to take some old armor for practice sake, you can always throw it onto this guy as well, which is actually kind of cool. I think I have got something put together here that's going to do us pretty well. This is going to be kind of the updated crystal charging area. Now that we have access to this kind of stuff, we can just grab what we need out of here, throw it across the way, and charge up a crystal as we need them. Throw them on the wall here. We got 16 just crystals that we can display there. I think it'll look pretty cool if we manage to fill the whole thing up there. And then right here, you can stock up on your potions or any of your vault food or regular food before you head out. There's also some extra vault idols and stuff right here. Next order of business is going to be try to bring this connectivity right under the floor and across the way over here. And this is where our kind of armor area is going to be. All these individual armor pods are going to get moved to some of the corners around here. And this is going to be where the smelter goes to get rid of old armor we don't want, and all of the runes and stuff to dye the armor. I think it would be cool to just kind of have an armor workstation area in here. So you can come in here and get prepped for anything you need to do. You know, deal with any of your vault armor, get it enchanted up, or prep for a vault run, any of that kind of stuff. It was already serving that purpose, but this way it'll be a little better. I hope it'll look a little better too, a little more finished and refined. Not really sure what I'm going to do with the test dummy corner quite yet. Might put some, like, archery kind of stuff above him, and maybe add another one or two of them kind of around here, maybe with some different armor varieties and stuff. I think that might be kind of interesting looking. Anyway, though, time to get this ported over and get another drawer system knocked out over here. This has been fairly expensive with all these drawer controllers and stuff I'm having to craft up. It's a lot of pogs. Alright, well, I have successfully linked that side to this side. And now, this is what it looks like. We've got all of our fancy colored runes here thrown into the wall in rainbow order. Got quite a few of them starting to build up now. It'll be nice having this area. We got our Wutaks there for getting our levels on our different gear. Got the repair cores and, of course, the armor plates to plate everything. So, This should be a nice little gear processing area. Got a little anvil back storage, and we have a little hidden blast furnace for smelting all of our old gear. I really like how compact that is, kind of hidden away right there. Pretty nice looking, if I do say so myself. Got a little bulk storage for kind of the backstock randomness up here. The old villager breeder that I have still yet to rebuild. And kind of moved all of our random eggs into here. It kind of pays off when you run vaults to bring some skeleton eggs with you. Or some spider eggs so that you can spawn a bunch and help you complete the scavenger vaults. Otherwise, they can be a bit of a pain in the butt. It's very, very random whether you're gonna get what you need out of there or not. I have yet to set up the player areas in the corner. I don't know if I'm going to let them set theirs up. I'm definitely going to go ahead and set mine up next. I'm going to see what I can come up with in this tiny space to kind of get my armor displayed and some other things going on here. Hopefully it'll end up looking pretty cool. This room right here has been refurbished, I guess is the right word. We've got this area over here that we already kind of saw set up. I did make a couple little changes to make it look a little better. I think the crystal display area looks a little more clean with the black background, and then the lights move down one. We have my corner is complete. Chad and Jared will still have to set up their corners however they want to do it when they hop on. But got mine all knocked out, kind of snazzy looking over there. Got my fancy little vault armor set, and a few of my crates and, you know, odds and ends on my vault equipment and all that kind of random stuff thrown over here. And then, of course, we have our rune wall and our armor customization station, if you would like to call it that, which I would. Looking pretty good, pretty good. We have our little... I set up a second one of these guys here. Let's see if I can grab a sword. So that you can actually test... So if you stand close, you can actually test the sweeping edge and see how much damage you're doing to other mobs. And then... So, now that this room has been brought up to par, so to speak, or brought up to something that I am happy with, and we have our reactor back here, and all this area's looking good, looking a little more filled out and finalized. Believe it is time to move over and start playing around with the bee farm. So guys, I have been busy prepping everything we need for the bee farm. I've actually got a pretty cool idea for the design in mind. Going to be doing something a little different with this one, so hopefully you guys like it. I'm about to get started building this guy. Shouldn't take me too long, guess we'll see. It's going to be in the air, so that's going to be a little interesting, but gonna find a good spot up above the base for it here and get cracking on that. Bee location has been successful. As you can see right here from where I am standing, I have finished the bee farm. If I pull us out into free cam mode right quick, you can actually get a better look of the scale. So I went with kind of a traditional Minecraft looking bee, and it's one that I designed myself in creative mode and then kind of used a schematic so that I could build it appropriately here. Really happy with the way it turned out. I think it's pretty cute. There's our base for scale. I think it's a pretty nice little addition up there, buzzing around doing its thing. If we want to go inside and see the farm itself, the way we actually will go about doing that is there's a waystone in here. Just to make it easy for now, though, I can go ahead and just bust down into here and just replace that on my way out. But yeah, there's the waystone, so you just waystone in here. This is actually a honey/honeycomb design set up by Cubfan. I'll link that down in the description as well. It is a really smart design. It basically alternates, so when the beehive is full, like one time it will trigger the honey bottle dispenser there to give us the bottles, and then the next time it will do the shears on the opposite side to give us the honeycombs. So it's a 2-in-1, and it'll just be operating up here pretty nice. We don't need a ton of honey right now in the vault, so I didn't really feel the need to make like a big or multiple hive kind of farm, but I think this one will serve our purposes just right, and it looks pretty good in the base up here. And then if I go back down to the base, one more little flyby of it. Really happy with the way that came out. I'll have to relocate the bees that are still hanging out here. I actually only needed one hive out of there. I think we had like 6, so that's nice. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys this week. I appreciate you tuning in, following the progress on Vault Hunters. Make sure and go follow me on Twitch. I'll actually be streaming a new Create Above and Beyond map on there sometime soon. Be getting the beginning phases out, get a starter base built, and get all cranking along in that mod pack. That's going to be a single player mod pack, so the grind will be kind of heavy, and I'll probably be doing that mostly on Twitch, at least in the beginning phases, till I get to the machines and kind of getting into some of the bulk of the mod pack there. I really am happy with this week's progress. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. This has been Vault Hunters. I've been Simply Zach, and I will catch you guys next time. Have a good one.